You know, when we think of the heart, we usually think of the organ pumping blood through our veins. But in the Quran, it's so much more than that. It's presented as the command center for our entire spiritual and moral life. In this explainer, we're going to dive into the heart, not just as flesh and blood, but as the very core of our being.
Let's start with this powerful idea. It's this concept that our hearts are like these containers, holding secrets so deep, so hidden, that really only God can truly know what's inside. It immediately frames the heart as this place of profound mystery.
So yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? If the heart is keeping secrets, what are they? We're about to unpack what the Quran says about this hidden, secret center of who we are.
And if you ever doubted its importance, check this out. The Arabic word for heart, qalb, appears a staggering 168 times in the Quran. That is absolutely not a coincidence. It's a huge signal of just how central the heart is to the whole message.
So, what's its job? Well, think of it like the master control panel for your soul. This is where the decision between faith and disbelief is made. It's the source code for love and hate. It's where certainty and doubt have their battle. It's literally the engine that can drive you towards good or towards evil. Basically, our entire spiritual reality, it all starts right here.
Okay, so the Quran lays out two main paths for the heart. And the first one, well, it's a pretty serious warning. It's the path that leads to what's called a hardened heart, one that becomes closed off, rigid, and just unresponsive.
I mean, the imagery here is just so direct and powerful. A heart can become like stones or even harder. And this isn't just a metaphor for being a little bit unkind. We're talking about becoming spiritually lifeless, dense, and totally impenetrable.
So how does this even happen? Well, it's not like flipping a switch overnight. Think of it more like wet concrete that's been left out to dry. It's a slow, gradual process. Through neglect, through certain choices we make, the heart can slowly solidify, losing all its softness and flexibility until it just becomes rigid and unmovable.
And what's the fallout from a heart like this? Well, it's pretty grim. You see cruelty, selfishness, and a whole lot of conflict. A person with a hardened heart starts to hide the truth, to ignore the rights of others, and they basically become a source of negativity in the world around them.
But thankfully, that's not the only option. There's this other path, a powerful and hopeful alternative. The path to a living, vibrant heart. The path of gold.
And the contrast here is just beautiful. The opposite of that dead, hard stone isn't just, a soft heart. It's a riverbed. It's a dynamic, living channel where life-giving water constantly flows, nourishing everything and everyone it touches. This kind of heart is a source of life, not a dead end.
And just look at the outcome. Where the stone heart divides and causes conflict, this heart, it unites. It brings people together in real fellowship and peace. It's a powerful force for connection.
So its qualities are, you guessed it, the complete opposite of the stone heart. It trembles, not with fear, but with a sense of awe. It's a source of incredible courage. It's the home of real, deep understanding. It brings people together and acts like a fountain of life for its surroundings. So at the end of the day, it really boils down to this stark contrast. One path leads to a heart that's hardened, merciless, and divisive, a spiritual dead end. The other path leads to a heart that's alive, full of awe and unifying, a true source of life.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. Your heart's condition, whether it feels more like stone or gold right now, it's not a life sentence. It can be transformed.
And check this out. There's this amazing clue right in the language itself. The Arabic word for heart, qalb, comes from a root word that literally means to turn, to change, or to transform. So its very name, its essence, implies that the heart is meant to be in a constant state of flux, always capable of turning in a new direction.
So knowing that the ability to change is literally built into the very definition of the heart, it brings us to a really personal question. Which path is your heart on right now? Is it hardening and becoming more like a stone? Or is it opening up and becoming more like a life-giving riverbed?
All right, so if the heart is constantly changing and we have some say in which way it turns, then what's the end game? What are we actually aiming for? What's the ideal state we should be striving for?
And here it is.
The Quran gives us the answer. The ultimate aspiration isn't just a heart of gold. It's something even deeper, even more profound, a kalbin salim. And that term translates to a heart that is sound, pure, and safe. It's a heart that has arrived at a state of total peace and wholeness. So what is a sound heart? It's the absolute pinnacle of this spiritual journey. It's a heart that's enlightened by faith, a heart that carries a clear conscience, a heart with a pure spirit. It's whole, it's complete, it's fully at peace with itself and with God.
And that really brings us to the core takeaway here. The state of our heart isn't fixed. It's an ongoing journey of transformation. So that leaves us with this final practical question. What is just one small step, maybe an act of kindness, a moment of real reflection, that you could take today to start turning your heart away from stone and toward that life-giving riverbed? Because as the word kalb itself reminds us, your heart is always ready to turn.